Hello, my name is Marin Ritterbuck, and I have started a project to raise awareness and collect funds for the students at the Dream School in Nairobi, Kenya. Their lives have been greatly changed by the COVID-19 outbreak and are now facing many more struggles to meet their basic needs. I spoke with Joseph Munene, who is the head teacher at the Dream School, to try and understand the situation over there a little bit better and do my part in spreading awareness about the challenges that these kids are currently facing. I thank you in advance for your time spent watching this video and hope that you get something out of it.
What is the Dream Center and what is their goal?
Well, the school is a non-profit, and it opened up in 2014. And what happened is that there was another former school that was shutting down. And by then, I was a teacher there. In fact, I was the deputy principal. And then I felt that we do not need to send back those kids back to the slum. The environment around here is on the outskirts of Nairobi. The environment is a slum area, and this slum is called Kawangware and Waithaka. So we are in the middle of two slums. So I felt we do not need to send these children back to the slum. So I mobilized several teachers, and then the dream was born. And basically its foundation is to support the underprivileged children. And we admit those children that are 3 years up to K-12.
Wow.
Yes.
And is this the only school option for these children, or what's that like?
No, yeah, they are there. There are other several schools, but what happens is that, the income, the community around here, those that absolutely don't have enough income, they'll send their children to a public school, basically. And now the government school, there's not so much that is done there. So basically, we realize that those families with low income, we can offer them quality education, affordable fee, and even offer scholarship to those who cannot. So basically, they are there. There are government schools, there are other private schools, but the income from parents, it's low. So we realized that it would be important if we offered good education, quality education, and with absolutely affordable fees.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So how many students are at the school?
Currently, we are hosting 78 children from 60 families.
Wow.
78 of them, yes.
Wow.
And in fact, there was a time we were 40 of them, 40 children. So basically, it is an increment. We are increasing. More parents wants to come and get that quality education.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So can you
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the students? Like, I don't know, what they like to do, what their lives are like?
Well, I would say there are children who are outgoing. Basically, we have trained them. The education system in our country is one that is, one that I would say is instructed on so much with fear. Children fear their teachers. But after Dream was born, we decided that we were going to change, and our instruction would be different. Most of what we would instruct was based on love, and that one changed. Even those children that were fearful, they started becoming outgoing. So basically, I would say our children are very outgoing. They are good to be with, and they really love the outgoing, I would say.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, and then I understand that COVID has had a pretty big effect on that area. Can you explain
Yes.
how things have changed for the families and the communities and the students?
Well, COVID has really changed things. And it came as a surprise to many of us. As soon as we heard the first case, schools were shut down. And that was way back in March. So our hope was that maybe September we would go back. And unfortunately, the government, announced that we would be going back in January. So we had 9 months at home. This is something that we are not used to. So basically, the first, thing that, struck and, the challenge that came along with COVID. One would be, most of the parents are low income. So basically, most of the parents have lost their jobs. So children are suffering, in the slums. Basically, like, some hours back, I was in the school and I had to help, a child who came and told me how, their home, they're suffering. So with the COVID, there has been, a lot of challenges. Domestic violence is on the rise. Basically, we get those reports, like I know we shall talk about it, about distribution of food.
Yeah.
I had a parent, they are separated right now because, the father cannot meet, the basic needs of that family. So there is a lot of challenges, domestic violence, children exploitation. I had children, come to school the other day, but not from our school. And, they are hawking fruits. So basically, there is a lot of challenges, I would say.
And then since the school has been closed, you have started
Yes.
to distribute food to the students and their families. Can you describe
Yes.
how this works, how it's set up?
Oh, well, what happens is that as soon as we get the funds, so what happens is that we'll go for bulk buying. We set a day for bulk buying, then another day for, wrapping everything. Every parent's, ration is packed. And then we'll ask them to come and pick, their ration. And they are really happy, they are extremely happy. Yes.
That's awesome. And then in the latest food
Yes.
distribution, when was that?
The latest was in July 18th,
Okay.
last month, 18th, yes.
How much food was handed out and what type of food?
The first time, as the school, we thought of what would we give to the parents. So we went and decided to buy, different packs of food. You'd buy rice, packets of rice. You'd buy, a packet of sugar. You'd buy, vegetable oil. You'd, buy detergents. You'd buy, hand sanitizers. You'd buy several things, especially the food stuffs. And there is cornmeal. I don't know whether you are aware of cornmeal. Yeah, in South Africa,
Yes.
yes, cornmeal. Yes, and then we would, that is what we purchased for them. And and on average, every ration was about $80. The ration was about $80.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
Each parent's ration, yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Based on each family, I know like family sizes vary, but how long could one of these food distribution like packets last for one family?
Oh, last. Uh-huh. Most of it would go as well as 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow.
Yes, it will last them 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow. Okay. And then I talked to Barbara Brown earlier in email, and she mentioned something about an enrichment program going into this next year. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, what came to us deciding on the enrichment program is that, schools were closed in March and our calendar runs up to December. So what happened is that our expectation was September schools would open, but you see they were pushed up to January 2021. So, we felt that these children would be out of touch, and, they really love, our children really, really love our school. So we felt that they would be out of touch. And so that they would not lose that interest and we would keep them motivated so that they forget, the ills or the bad things happening in the slums. We felt we needed to have a program that would keep them motivated, keep them engaged. And, the government was, had told, had announced that there'll be, learning on TV. And basically our children, they cannot concentrate and, and learn those programs. So most of them are out playing, you see. So we felt we needed to have them back in the school and set up a program. And that is where the enrichment program was born. And, our program, we want to have these children, carry out activities such as, gardening. We want them to rear some poultry, some chicken. We want them to, there are those that are very talented in arts. We want them to do some art activities, some drama, some music, all those activities. Yes.
That's and then are there ways that they are also obviously learning outside through all of those activities that you just mentioned, but are there ways for possibly like the older kids to do some like educational learning?
Absolutely. And that, yes. And that is why, Barbara organized, with the school, we are going to get several. Currently, we have 6 working laptops. And now we want to at least add some other 5 so that at least we have 11 working, laptops. And again, the other best thing is that we have internet connection in the school. And, these older kids, they can do some research online, they can do something, some learning. We also want to set a program where they can read, they can read books because we have a library. They can get some books and read through this program.
That's awesome. And what is the best way people can help?
Firstly, I would say the best way is first to support us with prayer. Our COVID numbers are still increasing. So the first thing, at least, you need to pray, to pray for us. But again, any donation, any little donation will work well. We intend to have hot meals for these children. So if we would get some more support, so that we offer them hot meals, and other essentials like hand sanitizers, masks, that would be really good. Because something else, these children back in the slums, most of them do not get, the 3 meals. So when we offer them some hot meals over lunch, they really get motivated. Yes. So if you'd get little donations to support our our hot meals program, I think you'll be really, really, really grateful. Otherwise, I'm really grateful and grateful to you and your team. Thank you to the Christian Science community.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was wonderful talking with you.
Same.
Thank you for answering all my questions.
Wow. You're welcome.
We'll be in contact as things move forward.
Yes.